Today's lesson is called Plus Talk, Interview English. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And my name is Helen.
Welcome back to our Plus Talk lesson on Interview English. Yes, Interview English is what we're talking about this month. Now, last time we got the interview started, and boy, did Emma make a good impression. Right off, she introduced herself like a pro, and she was also able to handle some classic interview questions like a pro, i.e. the questions, can you describe your greatest strength and your greatest weakness? If you go to a job interview, you're probably going to hear this question, or these questions, I should say. The boss there, or the hiring manager, or the HR person that you're interviewing with will probably ask you about your greatest strengths and weaknesses, and Emma handled these questions really well. For the weakness question, she did not make the mistake of saying that her greatest weakness is being too much of a perfectionist. I've heard this a lot. Well, don't do that anymore, okay? That is an answer that's just not going to work anymore.
Right. Emma said instead that she was a hard worker, that she likes to push herself, and that she's very dedicated and she's very passionate. Those are her weaknesses, but they actually sound pretty good to the job interviewer, I imagine, because you would want someone who is passionate and committed to whatever project is at hand to be working for you. So I would say that Emma handled that question very well.
I think she handled it like a pro. Anyways, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
3. Handling difficult situations. Can you tell me about a difficult situation you faced and how you overcame it?
Sure. One time my manager was supposed to meet with a client, but an emergency came up and she was unable to make the meeting. It was also too late to reschedule, and as a result, I had to deal with it on my own. I quickly prepared a presentation about our proposed strategies for marketing their product. While I wasn't able to address all of the client's concerns at that time, I did work on them with my manager afterward, so our next meeting could be more productive.
各位好，第一部分我们看到的单字 overcome 这个字是动词，指克服、战胜。动词三态是 overcome, overcame, overcome。例如 Going skydiving helped Ken overcome his fear of heights. 去跳伞帮 Ken 克服了他的惧高症。另外补充 overcome 相关片语，可以用 be overcome with 加情绪名词来表示满腔不胜我们可以说 Martha was overcome with anger when she learned her brother had read her diary. Martha 得知弟弟偷看了她的日记时气炸了。再来我们看到一个片语 make the meeting 指出席会议，像是 Will is going to represent his company to make the meeting tomorrow morning. Will 即将代表公司出席明天早上的会议。接着我们看到单字 presentation 这个字是名词，指简报、报告、呈现。举例来说 Michelle gave an oral presentation on her book report. Michelle 将她阅读心得做了一个口头的报告。而去除 presentation 字尾的 ation 可以成为它的动词 present指呈现、呈递。可以说 The designer presented her fall clothing line at the fashion show. 设计师在时装展上推出秋装系列。接下来我们看到一个动词 address 有应付、处理的意思。例如 The customer service department addressed the problems Joan was having with her order. 客服部处理了 Joan 订购时所遇到的问题。另外 address 除了上面的意思，还可以指针对发言。我们可以说 In an exclusive interview, the jazz guitarist addressed his biggest musical influences. 在这一次专访中，那名爵士吉他手谈到在音乐方面影响他最大的事物。 再来，我们可以看到一个单字 productive， 这个字是形容词，指有成效的、多产的。举例来说， Bruce had a productive day at work and managed to finish early. Bruce 今天工作很有效率，所以可以提早下班。而在 productive 的字尾加 ly 可以成为它的副词，像是 The new computer will help me work more productively. 新电脑有助于让我工作更有成效。
And welcome back. We're back with the interview between Mr. Jensen and Emma. And Mr. Jensen continues with another question. And this is another pretty classic question that is slightly tricky and requires a little bit of thought to answer. Mr. Jensen asks, can you tell me about a difficult situation you faced and how you overcame it?
Yep, that's another classic interview question. Yes, can you tell me about a difficult situation you faced and how you overcame it? And yes, the boss here, the hiring manager, wants to know whether or not Emma can handle a difficult situation, okay? We can't hire you as coordinator if you can't handle difficult situations, okay? Every once in a while, one of these difficult situations will arise, and we need to know that you can deal with it. Emma, can you overcome a challenge if a challenge is put in your way? Anyways, here let's go ahead and talk about this word overcame. It's the past tense form of the verb overcome. If you overcome something, you handle that thing. You successfully deal with a challenging or difficult situation.
For instance, I could say the athlete overcame his illness to win the race.
There you go. He was sick before, but he overcame it. He beat that illness, and he's on top again. He's got the gold medal around his neck, and he's standing at the top of his profession once again. Anyways, moving on. Emma is going to answer Mr. Jensen's question. She says, sure, I can handle difficult situations. One time, my manager was supposed to meet with a client, but an emergency came up and she was unable to make the meeting. And yes, this sure was a disaster, right? Wrong. Emma stepped in and saved the day. She was able to handle this difficult situation. By the way, if you're unable to do something, like make a meeting, that means you couldn't be there for some reason or another. So here, this emergency came up, and that's why the manager couldn't get to the meeting, and that's why Emma stepped in here, because this manager was unable to make the meeting. By the way, a small usage note here. To make something here, okay? To make a meeting, let's say. That means she couldn't make it on time. If you make the meeting, you're there on time. If you don't, you can't get there on time. Apparently, this was due to an emergency. But did that make things impossible for Emma? No. She was able to handle this difficult situation and step in and replace the manager.
Right. Instead of telling the client, oh, I'm sorry, we have to cancel the meeting because my manager can't come, she stepped up to the challenge and took her manager's place and carried out the meeting with the client like a professional. So what did she do? She quickly prepared a presentation about our proposed strategies for marketing their product. Now, a presentation is not just an informal talk or some little description of whatever project that she was working on. A presentation is a formal talk in which you describe or explain something to a group of people. For instance, I was nervous because I had to give a presentation in front of 50 people.
Yeah, that's kind of intimidating. A presentation in front of 50 people. You're standing up in front of them and you are formally exhibiting something or demonstrating something or teaching someone about something. That can be intimidating for anyone. And I'm sure Emma in this situation was worried and intimidated as well because, hey, the client is coming in and the manager's not there. Okay, Emma isn't the manager, okay? She doesn't have that authority. She's not super familiar with this client. client. So what is she going to do? Well, she didn't shy away, that's for sure. She stepped up to the plate. Yeah, it was too late to reschedule, and as a result, she had to deal with this situation on her own. So she quickly prepared this presentation, and then she talked about the proposed strategies for the marketing of this project. Okay, and yes, she also says this: while I wasn't able to address all of the client's concerns at that time, I did work on them with my manager afterward, so our next meeting could be more productive. And by the way, here we have the word address. Here we're using it as a verb. We're not talking about like the physical location of your house or something like that in a city or a town or something like that. To address something is to start to handle something. It's to start to deal with something. It's to begin to plan to solve a problem. So the client comes in with problems, and he's hoping the manager can step up and help him to address these problems or solve these problems. That's the idea here. Sadly, the manager wasn't there, but Emma was, and Emma did a pretty good job. She helped the client out, and then later on, she worked with that manager, okay, so that the next meeting with the client could be more productive.
Now, as for an example sentence for the word address, we can say, we must address the technical issues before we can move on to the next stage. Now, in this sentence, we have another vocabulary word, which is productive. To be productive means to achieve good results. So I could say, just let it go. Don't argue with your coworker or your supervisor because it isn't productive. It's not going to lead to anything.
Yes, if you are productive, you are an efficient worker. You're capable of doing a lot, and you can do it efficiently. You don't waste time. You don't tear other people down, stuff like that. If you are a productive worker, you're a good worker, an efficient worker. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a short break. But when we come back, we'll have the final portion of this month's Plus Talk dialogue for you guys. It's called Future Plans.
4. Future plans. I'd like to end with one more question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Since I only have 2 years of work experience, I know I still have a lot to learn. For the first few years here, I'd like to hone and expand my skills in the marketing coordinator position. As I gain experience, I'm open to whatever new opportunities I may encounter within the company. Ideally, I'd like to be working my way to marketing manager by my 5th year.
Great! It's been a pleasure talking with you, Ms. Lawson. We'll be in touch with you soon about the next step in the application process.
I've really appreciated the chance to discuss this job opportunity with you, and I look forward to hearing from you about the next round of interviews.
最后第二部分，我们看到动词 hone 用来指磨练技能。例如 The internship will help you hone your programming skills. 这份实习工作有助于你磨练自己写程式的功力。另外，补充与 hone 相关的片语，可以用 hone in on 来表示瞄准。我们可以说 As a new brand, it is important to hone in on the elements that distinguish you from competitors. 作为新的品牌，瞄准能与竞争对手产生区隔的要素是相当重要的。
And welcome back. We've arrived at the final portion of Plus Talk dialogue, and here Mr. Jensen asks Emma the last question, which is, I'd like to end with one more question, he says. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, that is another classic question because a lot of hiring managers want to get an idea of what this potential employee sees himself as in the company. Are they ambitious, or are they the kind of person who just want to do routine work every day without any thoughts to the future? So this is quite an important question, and it's important also to know how you would answer it.
By the way, sometimes this is a make or break question, okay? If you say, I see myself somewhere else in 5 years, okay, the company might say, well, we want to hire you to be here for the long term. We want a stable working environment. So if you're not going to be with us in 5 years, if you don't see yourself here at this company in 5 years, we have no use for you and we can't hire you, even though you are experienced and you do have the qualifications to do well at this particular position. Sorry, we can't offer you the position. So this is an important question and a classic one as well. Know how to deal with it. Now, Emma answers him by saying, since I only have 2 years of work experience, I know I still have a lot to learn. Which, by the way, is a fantastic way to answer this question or to start to answer this question. Yes, she is experienced. Yes, she is qualified. But she's only been working for about 2 years, so she doesn't know everything. So yes, she knows that she still has a lot to learn. She's not arrogant. She's modest. She's humble. She knows that yes, she's only been working for 2 years, so she is experienced, but she's not really all that experienced. So for the first few years here, she says, I'd like to hone and expand my skills in the marketing coordinator position. So maybe she sees herself here in this company for 5 years or well into the future. But for the first part of her tenure there, she is going to be working hard and also learning the ropes. She's going to hone and expand her skills as a marketing coordinator at this company. Anyways, here we do have the word hone to talk about. H-O-N-E. It's a verb. Here, to hone something is to refine something or to improve something like a skill.
Right. It's to improve a skill or a talent that's already quite developed. And you could say something like, the entry-level job doesn't pay well, but it gives me a chance to hone my skills. So Emma is saying basically that she would like to grow with the company, that she has a bit of experience, but she has also a lot of room to learn new things, and she wants to do it within the context of this company. And she goes on to say, as I gain experience, I'm open to whatever new opportunities I may encounter within the company. Ideally, I'd like to be working my way to marketing manager by my 5th year. So Emma shows a little bit of ambition, but not too much. Basically, she's saying to Mr. Jensen that she wants to grow with the company and she is open to any opportunities that may arise within the company.
Yeah, she's ambitious, but she also has concrete goals, okay? Knowing what you want is ambitious, but it's also a good thing. Like here, Emma isn't working at this company yet, but she knows that there is a position at this company called marketing manager. She knows that she wants that position. So Mr. Jensen is sitting there going, this is a young lady who knows what she wants. She knows our company and knows where she stands right now. Fantastic. This is the type of person that we want to hire. She's skilled, qualified, experienced, and she knows where she's going. Fantastic. And yes, here Mr. Jensen is happy with her answers. He says, great, Emma. It's been a pleasure talking with you, Ms. Lawson. We'll be in touch with you soon about the next step in the application process. Now, if you hear this, by the way, this is a good thing. Very rarely do you hear someone say during the first interview, congratulations, you've got the job. There are multiple steps to the application process. So moving on to the next step in the application process is a good thing. Now, sometimes the manager or the person interviewing doesn't really say all that much. Oh, yeah, we'll keep you in mind, they might say. If that's the situation, there's a good chance that the interview didn't go well. But just because they say, we'll be in touch with you about the next step, it doesn't mean that, you haven't gotten the job. It just means you haven't gotten the job yet, which is a good thing.
Right. It's like Emma has already passed through one door and the second door, and she's probably on the verge of passing through the next stage of the interview process. And Emma says, I really appreciated the chance to discuss this job opportunity with you, and I look forward to hearing from you about the next round of interviews. So this is a very important part of the interview as well, the closing part, which is to express gratitude, to thank your interviewer because your interviewer has spent time to interview you and to look at your resume and to put time into getting to know you. And so it's really appropriate to express some gratitude, some thanks to that person, also as a way to make that person realize that you're thankful.
Yeah, she's showing appreciation and gratitude. That's not a bad thing. Being polite is a good thing. All right, folks, with that, we are all done with this month's Plus Talk dialogue. But don't go away. The Chinese teacher is waiting in the wings.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。在对话的第二部分，人事经理问 Emma 对5年后有什么期望。 Emma 就说头几年必须要磨练跟拓展技能。那他就说 Ideally I'd like to be working my way to marketing manager by my 5th year. 在理想情况下，我想在第5年升任为行销经理。好，这边我们来学习片语 work one's way， 它表示努力往某个方向前进，奋力的向什么什么迈进。好，这个片语呢，后面常常会接介系词，像是 through、to 或是 into 来表达前进的方向，像是 Gina worked her way to the front of the crowd. Gina 努力的挤到人群的前面。好，那我们再看一个例句哦。Mark is slowly working his way to the top of the company. Mark 他慢慢努力往上爬到公司的高层。好，那我们也常常会用 work one's way up 来表达努力向上。那这个用语呢，是在描述一个人靠自己的努力一步一步向上，获得晋级，获得高升。那它具有力争上游的语义。好，那另外再补充一下 work one's way 还可以用来表达靠自己赚钱付学费。当你说 work one's way through college 就可以用来表达半工半读念完大学。好，那接着我们再来看几个跟 way 相关的片语哦。第一个是 claw one's way。 claw 是爪子嘛，它当动词就表示用爪子去抓，用力的抓住。Claw one's way 字面上的意思是抓住东西费力的前进，那它引申的意思就是辛苦努力的前进，奋力的前进。第二个片语 have one's way， 这表示说如某人所愿，某人得偿所望了。好， way 在这边呢有表达意愿、愿望的意思。那一个常见的用法就是 have it your way，照你的方法去做。这什么意思呢？就是随你便的意思啦。像我们如果跟人家意见不合，然后你懒得再争下去，你就可以说 Alright, have it your way， 好吧，随你便啦。好，第三个片语 make one's way 表示前进、前往。那后面可以接 to 加上地点来表达前往某个地方。你也可以在 make one's way 后面接表示方向、地点的这个副词。好，那这个片语还有一个语义可以用来比喻一路顺遂发展，像是 Samantha is making her way in the fashion industry. Samantha 在时尚界逐渐有所成就了。好，那么第四个片语叫做 come one's way。这个片语的字面上意思是朝着某人方向移动，意思就是说某事物降临在某人身上，或是指说某个人遇到什么什么，通常是指遇到某一个机会，或是遇到某件事。例如 Good luck will come your way， 好运会降临在你身上。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天单字吧。
Overcome.Grace overcame the disadvantage of not having a college education by working hard. Presentation. All students are expected to give a final presentation during the last week of class. Address. There are several different ways we could address this problem. Productive. Mark comes to work early because he's more productive in the morning. Hone. I honed my writing skills while working for the school
newspaper.Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.